What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Afan, and today we'll be watching together Book 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Chapter 7. Almost did 6. Anyways, you might have noticed something that's a little different. Just a bit. Got a new camera, a new webcam. It's wider angle. The FOV, or field of view, is much better, and now you guys can see the background there. All this stuff, well, actually not all this stuff, the Hakuna Matata, the balance, and the video game, that I already had. They were just here, so I was like, you know what, let me move them over there so you guys can see them. And the other two I ordered. So the A is supposed to be Avengers. It has all the Avengers on them. You can't really see them here. And then the S, I mean, that's the iconic S. That's my favorite superhero. The A is the Avengers, so I'm representing DC and Avengers both. I've got a controller over there because man's a gamer, innit? Represent. Then Hakuna Matata, because I saw that movie Lion King when I was like 3 or 3.5 or something like that, very little, and that was the first ever movie that I cried to. Obviously I was a very little child. I'm talking about that one scene with Simba and Mufasa. I think you know what scene it is. And then in the middle you've got, you know, balance, because the key to life is balance. How many of you just threw up in your own mouth? Because you should have. Anyways, yeah, also it's 60 FPS, so I can do this and it'll be a lot smoother, as you can tell. But that's where it stops though. New camera, new maybe a couple of, you know, things on the walls, but that's it. The same old shitty content, so nothing to worry about. All right, the crap that you normally get, yeah, crap, you're gonna keep getting that crap. That's not going away. Oh, that one can do something. Hold on. Ta-da! So yeah, look at that. It's got a light in the back and its ass. Anyways, like I said, it's new camera, same old shitty jokes. It's a new cam, so obviously I'm going to tinker with it, try to perfect it. So don't worry, the video quality is going to get better. Also, I just wanted to let you know, because a couple of people asked me to create a Patreon and they'll financially support me. They'll give me their money. And I was like, why? Because I never really expected anyone to do that. I wasn't ready for that, and I did create a Patreon page, but I don't plan on uploading anything there or doing anything there. So it's there, but it's just, I mean, if you just want to give me your money, then there's a link, go ahead. But if not, then yeah, you're not really getting anything there. So I don't know why you would do that, but some of you want to do that, so thank you very much, I guess. But yeah, the link is there. Just wanted to let you know, if you're interested, go ahead. If not, like I said, everything on this channel is free. You're not missing anything out if you don't. So there's that. Back to the video. Anyways, so a little bit about the last episode. Episode 6 was known as the Blind Bandito, which was a very important episode. I mean, this whole time Team Avatar is looking for a earthbending master, and they finally find it. It's the most unlikeliest of masters. I mean, one, she's a little girl. Second, she's blind. She's not your typical hero sort of material, is she? And that's why, or heroine, I guess, in her case. And that's why I'm so intrigued by her. That's why I love her character already so much. I mean, I've only gotten to see one episode with her, and even if you see that episode, you know, I really go deep into how she is and her family and her whole situation, because I just find it so intriguing, and I'm so happy that the showrunners have decided to make one of the characters like this. I'm so on board with this, you know, and I just cannot wait to find out more about her. She's in that Royal Rumble, the fake WWE Royal Rumble sort of, you know, tournament. She beats everyone. The boulder I thought looked a bit too much like The Rock, and then someone mentioned in the comments down below that he was actually modeled after The Rock, and then Dwayne Johnson was supposed to voice him as well. And I was like, he sounds a bit familiar, and they said, well, Mick Foley is voicing him, and I'm like, oh, that's why he sounds familiar, because he is familiar. You know, I do watch a little bit of WWE. I would say I'm a casual fan. When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot. Not as much anymore though. But yeah, I'm so excited to see more of Toph and just explore more of her story, her background. And I don't think we're gonna get to see her in this one, because this episode is called Zuko Alone. Now that reminds me, Zuko and Iroh have parted ways, which means Zuko and Iroh are in the Earth Kingdom on their own. Now Iroh seems to know his way, because he seems to have visited Ba Sing Se, or the Earth Kingdom, before. We've heard about the great defeat at Ba Sing Se as well from Iroh. But Zuko, I don't know, I mean, he might might have a little bit of trouble, you know, assimilating here. Doesn't really know the ways, and also he's just stealing stuff from people. Like, that's one of the reasons why he parted ways with Iroh, was Iroh wasn't too happy with the way Zuko was behaving, like his stealing and all that. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Now, another thing that comes to mind, and if you're someone who's been on the channel for a long time, then you know I've said this before in the past, but if you're new, well, I said this in the past, that Iroh might be the firebending master that Aang gets, because Iroh seems like a guy who is more against the Fire Nation and in favor of the Avatar, and in favor of the balance of the universe more than anything. Balance, haha. Anyways, but you get the point. So because of that, I thought maybe Iroh will side with Avatar when the time comes, or Aang, right? Same guy. And now I feel like that might be coming to fruition, that little theory of mine, because now Iroh's on his own. Because of Zuko, Iroh didn't really get to do the things that he wanted. He would just follow Zuko, and because he's such a nice and caring uncle, he never really forced Zuko to do anything. Although he very well could. He just went along with Zuko. Now he's free to do whatever he wants. I feel like maybe I would love nothing more than Iroh to be Aang's firebending master. I'll just leave it at that. Let's get into the episode. Zuko Alone. Are we gonna get to, is it called Zuko Alone because Zuko's alone, or is it called Zuko Alone because this episode will focus on Zuko alone? I don't know. I'm gonna find out in a second. Here we go. Chapter 7. Zuko Alone. There he is. Zuko. All alone. On his chicken / horse. Might actually be an ostrich. Ooh. / horse. Is he gonna steal? Ooh, he's hungry. Mucha hambre. Uh-oh. She's pregnant. Oh, Zuko. Don't do that. Come on, steal. Don't make me feel bad for you. Nah, it's good, obviously. All right, Zuko's turning into the good guy. By the way, did you guys see that ring there with a little square in the middle? Yeah, oh my god, there are so many of them. Eee. We saw those on the sort of ring of the Rumble, Earth Kingdom Rumble, or whatever it was called. So is that like the logo of the Earth Kingdom? It might be. Who is that? That was a girl. Is that his mom, maybe? I'm not entirely sure.
Hot meal. I can get you 2 bags of feed.
I guess. It's better than nothing, right? It's a perfectly good egg wasted. Come on, kids.
Hey!
It's Thor's hammer.
Is it a stranger?
No.
That's typical. I expected that.
No.
What's your favorite word? No?
You should say no.
Yeah.
Maybe a chicken flew over.
That is funny. Why did you... Oh, the merchant wasn't there either, so I was going to say ask the merchant.
Appreciate your support.
The army.
Trust me.
Taps Thor's hammer.
Those soldiers are supposed to protect us from the Fire Nation, but they're just a bunch of thugs.
I was going to say the same thing. All right.
Thanks for not ratting me out.
Has he found a companion?
House and feed your ostrich horse for you. Come on, I owe you.
I think he has. He's very hungry. He needs food. All right, that's good. It's worked out well in the end. He's going to get his food. His horse going to get to eat.
No one can ever sneak up on us.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. Is that like half pig, half cow, half chicken, half pig or something? I don't know.
He practically had them running away.
Does this guy have a name?
I'm...
Zukang.
The real soldiers are all fighting the war, like Lee's big brother, Sensu.
Sensu.
Gonsu could use some help on the barn. We'll eat.
Yeah. You need to eat, brother. Your belly or stomach was rumbling.
Where are you from then?
far away.
Oh.
Said, oh, as in far away is his place, his name.
You got that scar.
Oh! Like that?
A man's past is his business.
That's very true. Very wise. Did they say his name? I forgot his name already. Sensu? No, that was the kid's brother, so his son. There's that woman. Well, I don't know if it's that woman, but I'm assuming it's that woman. Oh, that is so cute.
Hey, Mom, want to see how Azul...
Half duck, half turtle.
Zuko, why would you do that?
Oh, I'm glad it's okay. Protective. Very protective mother. Oh, lovely.
Turtle duck, why'd you do that?
He's a mother.
What moms are like.
Perfect.
You mess with their babies.
Hum.
Yeah. So that's his mom, okay. Azula, Tylee, and... So the one who did it perfectly would be Tylee, because she's into gymnastics and circus and all that. And that's May, obviously, crushing on Zuko. Because we heard about, they had something in the previous one of the previous episodes.
We are brother and sister. It's important for us to spend time together.
Very manipulative.
Yes, darling. I think it's a good idea to play with.
Okay, very manipulative from a very young age. He's gonna fall on her, and there you go.
See, I told you it would work.
That was a plan all along.
You two are such...
I agree, those two are such... although it's not just... they're not
Girls
the two
are
of them.
crazy.
It's just Azula, who's...
You all may see it someday. If we don't burn it to the ground first.
That's not very funny. Come on, man. It is funny, but you're talking about burning a city down. Come on, bro. Iroh, don't expect that from you of all people.
Never give up without a fight.
A new friend.
A doll. Yeah, that's not like Azula.
Doesn't make it back from war, then Dad would be next in line to be Firelord, wouldn't...
Oh.
Firelord Azulon is a picture of health.
How would you like it if Cousin
Azulon.
wanted Dad to die?
Royal tea-loving kookiness.
Wow. Ugh. I agree with me. Ugh. So, Lu Ten is Iroh's son. Iroh does have a son. Okay, cool. I don't know, for some reason I thought that when the first time he got the vision of that woman, I thought it might be like Iroh's like daughter or something.
Holding them all wrong.
Caught sword-handed, red-handed.
Two halves of a single weapon.
It was a lovely picture. Lovely shot.
Just two different parts of the same whole.
There it is. You're getting the hang of it.
I think you'd really like my brother since
That was a really good scene.
stuff like this all the time.
Oh, wow. That was like a pig deer. It's the army again. I think so.
Think they want.
Trouble.
No. It's not wrong. They do probably want trouble. It's like sheep, pig, cow, pig.
Your son's battalion got captured.
In Fire Nation uniforms and put them on the front line.
Hey, Zuko, let's go. Come on. I need a Zuko shirt, man. I love this shirt, though. What?
Iroh has lost his son.
We didn't even get to see him.
Brother.
I'm going
He's kind of making a connection there.
to Sensu and bring him back.
Lieutenant Sensu.
Yes. Read the inscription.
Made in Earth Kingdom.
The other one.
Never give up without a fight.
I was gonna say, he just gave him that blade that Iroh gave him, but then he said made in Earth Kingdom. I'm like, that's not what it said. But yeah, it is.
Waste all your time playing with knives. You're not even good.
Well, that's why he's practicing. He wants to be good.
It means Uncle's a quitter and a loser.
Quite a way to talk about your uncle, eh?
His son died and he just fell apart. A real general would stay and burn Ba Sing Se to the ground, not lose the battle and come home crying.
What?
His only kid is gone forever.
Wow.
Firelord Azulon. Can't you just call him grandfather? Firelord he used to be. Someone will probably end up taking his place.
What is wrong with
Well, I was literally gonna say, what is wrong with that child? I like how his name is Azula, like, you know.
Now, would you show grandfather the new
Does he never get hot? With all that fire blazing at all times? That's Ozai? Oh, I thought she was gonna...
Just like her grandfather.
From a very young age, she was very good.
Never catch up.
I'd like to demonstrate.
No. No, Zuko, you won't. Come on. I get it, though. He feels... The Firelord's like, bro, what you doing? You're wasting my time.
Zuko? Someone who keeps fighting even though it's hard.
Why are you wasting my time with this?
It's like, I'm the Firelord, bro.
Iroh's bloodline has ended. Siege at Ba Sing Se. Children are alive.
I love the different expressions on their faces.
Iroh's birthright.
I betray Iroh, a firstborn. Demise of his only beloved son. The punishment has scarcely begun.
Whoa. Oh, I mean, I'm kind of glad that the Lord has a bit of sense in him.
Punishment should fit his crime.
He's gonna kill...
Oh, the pain of losing a firstborn.
No. No. Fuck off. It's Azula being Azula.
Fire.
I'm only telling you for your own good.
He didn't look like the kind. He came across sensible, like a bit strict, but a bit sensible, not crazy like her and Ozai.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, she was lying. I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Azula always lies.
Yeah, Azula does always lie.
Azula always lies.
Oh no. Man, this episode's making me feel bad for Zuko.
It's Lee. I don't even know where he got a knife.
Zuko knows where he got the knife.
I'll get your son back.
Zuko is a good guy. I told you guys he's gonna turn into a good guy.
There he is! I told you he'd come!
And I told you he'd be a good guy. How do you know they're here, by the way? I guess you could have asked anyone, really, where the army's camped.
He'd go.
Mandatory laugh?
It doesn't matter who
Before the battle
I
begins.
know who you are.
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
Abusing your power.
That's true.
You don't want Lee in your army. Howard's messing with a family who's already lost one son to the war.
Yeah. Ooh. It's pretty good. I was gonna say he cannot firebend, can he? Doesn't need to. Alrighty, Zuko. Loving it. That was easy. Alright, here we go now. Oh, he's a bender. And Zuko cannot bend. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Let's see how he overcomes this. He did that again. I'm gonna talk about that later. I got a lovely picture when he did the two-sword thing earlier. Now he did it again. Oh, don't use fire. Don't use fire. I feel like he's gonna... And how the tables have turned, by the way. The Earth Kingdom people rooting for the Fire Nation Prince.
I've done to protect you.
Whoa.
No matter how things may seem to change, never forget who you are.
Those seem like parting words, like a goodbye. And she ran away? Never give up without a fuck. Oh no. That's fire. What a shot, by the way, him standing there in fire.
Who are you?
My name is
Oh no.
son of Ursa and Firelord Ozai.
Ursa. Is that the first time we've heard her name? I think it is.
Wrong.
No.
You're not a prince, you're an outcast! Turned and disowned him!
Ugh. That was not a good move. I don't think he's gonna take that blade from you.
Closer.
Yeah.
It's yours. You should have it.
No, I hate you.
Come on.
Mom?
And back to the mom scene. Fuck this episode.
Where's Mom?
No one knows.
Let's ask no one then.
Passed away.
Not funny, Azula.
You were father of Iroh, as was your dying wish. You are now succeeded by your second son.
That was not his wish.
Hail Firelord Ozai!
That was not his wish. Again, the difference in the expressions on the two kids' faces. The flag has a circle with a square in the middle as well. Okay, I think that is the Earth Kingdom symbol. That's the end. That's the end. It was a really good episode. That was a really good episode. That was the... Ooh, okay, that was a really good episode. Holy shit, okay. Zuko Alone. So I was right, it wasn't just Zuko Alone as in Zuko's on his own, but also the episode Alone was about Zuko. Well, actually, it was about his mom and all that, but it all connected to him, you know, everyone they mentioned connected to him. And I love that. I love when they do character development like that, when they have an episode dedicated to each character, or not even just one character, but a couple of them, but they do a bit of background, you know, story, like they did with Aang and Zuko before, like side by side, they would show their both story. And to this day, that's one of my favorite episodes, you know, but this one was really good. The more we learn about Zuko, the more I feel bad for him, the more I feel like it's not really his fault the way he is, you know? Although he's doing his best though, he's really trying hard not to be this bad guy. I mean, he was very hungry to the point where he nearly was dizzy, started hallucinating, started seeing that woman, right? It turned out to be his mother. And he could have stolen from that couple, that pregnant couple, but he didn't, because that woman was pregnant. She needed that food more than he did. And he thought of her instead of himself. Right, so he's slowly changing, and I thought he might change, but the reason why I'm a bit conflicted, I don't want to double down on the idea of him changing, is because of what happened there at the end. The villagers just flat out refusing him after everything he's done for them. And I don't blame the villagers. I don't blame him at all. I would probably be the same way. I mean, Lieutenant or what, Sensu, right? Their son was captured by the Fire Nation. You are the prince. As you say in your own words, they said he's banished and outcasted and this and that, but you are the prince, right? From the nation who's, well, not just their son, but pretty much I'm pretty sure all the family have someone going to the war, right? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit, but I don't know, it could work, it could go both ways, that's the thing. It could make Zuko realize that what he's doing and what his nation is doing is not okay, or it could push him farther into the darkness, into the fire, I should say. And I don't know which one it's going to be. I thought it would be him turning over to the good side, to Aang's side, to the Avatar side, and I still think he might. There's a very good chance he might not. I don't know. I would like to think he will, but I don't know. We didn't get to see Iroh all that much. We get to see him, you know, that one letter he was writing, and then he started laughing at burning city. Like, that's not how Iroh is. Or maybe that's how he was, but after his son died, he changed. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not entirely sure. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's how he was before his son passed away. Iroh had a son. This whole time I was wondering whether Iroh had kids or not. And he didn't have any other kids. Or what about his wife or mother of his kids? Is she still alive? Is she still there? I don't know, because I'm thinking, I mean, they made it very clear he doesn't have any other kids, or he didn't have any other kids, but then he's still alive, so he could have more after that event, right? I don't know, maybe. But there's so much going on in my head, and it's kind of hard to put into words and sort of give it a structure, but I'm going to do my best. So it was a really important episode. I really liked this episode. I don't know if you can tell. I'm really interested in this. Azula first off, she's named after her grandfather, which is just beautiful. Her grandfather seemed like a good guy, strict, but a good guy, not crazy like Ozai or Azula. Her mom, very sweet person. I would say the most sane person in that family. Iroh, I thought Iroh was the sane one, but then after making that joke about burning the city down, I don't know if it was for them, like the kids, maybe he thought they would enjoy it, or maybe that's how he was at the time. But right now, Iroh is obviously a more stable person. I don't know how he was back then. So it just makes me think, if the mom, because I think the mom escaped, first off. I think something's going on. So, because here's the thing. Ozai tells Azulan that I should be the Firelord instead of Iroh. Iroh is the oldest kid, the firstborn, so he has the right, and he is trying to convince his father to make him the heir instead of... They're both the heirs, but like, Iroh is first, right? So he's trying to make himself first, and then Azulan disagrees. Azulan, no, I'm not going to do that. He wasn't going to do it anyways, but he's a bit outraged by the fact that you were asking me this at a time when Iroh is really going through it. He was kind of offended, you know? Not kind of, he was very offended. So that makes me think that he's a good guy. But then all of a sudden he just dies. And all of a sudden, Ozai is the Lord, not Iroh. Now, is it patricide? I don't know, it could be. Did Ozai kill his father? I don't know, could be. But I'd like to think he's just not, he's not crazy, but then I know he's kind of crazy. So I'd like to think he's not just all out crazy like that. He wouldn't kill his own father. I'd like to think what he did instead was his father died of natural cause, because let's be honest, he was old. You know, even Azula mentioned that he's not the Fire Lord anymore. He's just a grandfather, he's an old man, right? So he might have just died natural death. But I do think Ozai meddled with maybe the documents or whatever it is that, you know, mentions who's gonna be the person to succeed him, basically. I do think he did that. And since Iroh isn't there, Iroh isn't bossing Sero on his way back to the Fire Nation, you know, he's still on the way. Well, who's gonna put up a fight, right? Not Iroh. And maybe, and I'm not sure, maybe his mom, Zuko's mom, was gonna put up a fight, Ursa was gonna put up a fight, but why did she escape? Did she discover some sort of a plan against her? I don't know. But yeah, it makes me think. It makes me wonder if his mom had stayed, if Iroh was there, if the grandfather was alive for a bit longer. I wonder if Zuko and also Azula would have grown up to be better people. I wonder if they would have. Because in that family, Ozai's the only one who seems a bit cuckoo up here. Do you know what I mean? Azula was a bit out there as well. But then again, she's a child, so children change all the time if they have the right guidance. And if her mother was there, and if Iroh was there, and if the grandfather was there, I don't think she cared much about her mother or Iroh, but the grandfather, she tried to like impress him and stuff like that, so maybe she would have listened to him. Maybe things would have been different if those guys were alive, but none of them are there. I mean, some of the two, Iroh and Ursa, are still, well, I don't know about Ursa. Iroh's still alive. Ursa, I hope she's alive. I think she escaped. That's what it looked like. That's what it sounded like. And the grandfather's dead, but I don't know. Iroh then does come back. We know that. So how is he just okay? Is he just done with the fire? Now that... Okay, now another thought came to my mind. Is Iroh just done with the Fire Nation? Is that what it is? Did Iroh just like send a message home like, I'm not coming the hell with you guys, keep your throne, whatever, I'm done? Like after his son's death, he's just done it all because he gave up fighting, right? So I'm assuming he just gave up the Fire Nation entirely. But later on, then he rejoins the family, the Fire Nation. You know, we see him still in the army and, you know, with Zuko and all this. So I don't know, maybe he changes his mind after a couple of years and, you know, when he's away from the fire. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Like I said, I have so much on my mind and I don't know how to structure it. Because this episode, oh, okay. This episode was good. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to talk about that sword scene. I thought that was very beautifully done. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's what the creators meant. I think that's what they meant by those shots that they were creating. So when he's teaching Lee, Zuko that is, when he's teaching Lee about the swords and how they're two halves of one, and you got to use them as if it's like one piece and one motion. And he sort of brings the sword to his face and he's like, two pieces of one, right? Two sides of the same coin, basically. And he does that, and in that moment you see his burned face and his not burned face, right? Unburned, unchained, Daenerys Targaryen. Anyways, And in that moment, you're like, ooh, Zuko have two sides. Two sides, but it's the same Zuko. He's got the good side, he's got the bad side. He's got the Fire Nation, and he's just got the regular normal human being, because Fire Nation, ugh, like May said. And then later on, when he's coming in to fight those guys, he's got his sword, right? And again, you see that split sort of face, split personality, I guess you could say. And I thought those were wonderful shots. We saw a lot of hybrid animals, you know. We see hybrid animals all the time, but we saw some really good ones here. A really cute one was that duck and turtle. So cute. And that was such a cute scene overall. His mom, you know, explaining to Zuko how protective mothers are. And it's a wonderful scene. This episode really made me feel bad for Zuko, that's for sure. But yeah, we learned a bit more about Zuko in this episode. And, you know, like I said, I always love episodes like this. I love this episode. I do have a couple of questions, though. Like, you know, how did the Firelord die? Was it a natural death, or did the now Firelord have something to do with it? Where's mother? Where's Ursa? Also, was this the first time we've heard of his mother, Ursa? Her name, and also we've seen her. I don't think we've seen her before, and I don't think we've heard her name before either. Oh, now that I talk about his mother's name, one thing that just hit me now, in that scene when he is revealing who he is, right? When he's fighting that dude, and he's like, I'm the son of Ursa and the Firelord Ozai. She does not say Lady Ursa. It would be Lady Ursa, right? Because Fire Lady, I guess Fire Lady Ursa. But he does not say that, because in that moment, well, first off, he says his mom's name first, then his father's. And second, he doesn't attach a title to his mother's name. He just says his mother's name because that's your mother. Doesn't matter who she is, she'll always be Zuko's mother, right? But with Ozai, he says Firelord Ozai, makes it official, meaning he doesn't really see him as a father, but rather the Firelord, which I think is very interesting. It just hit me. This show has some really deep, meaningful messages and themes, and I like it. You know, thing about this show is it's targeted towards kids. So that's why most people, and even I included, I'm guilty of this too, when you start the show, you're thinking of it as a kid's show, and it is a kid's show because that's the targeted demographic, but it's so much more than that. It is so deep. Like, this episode was incredible. It's up there. I won't say it's my favorite, the favorite, but it is one of the favorites for sure. Yeah, for sure. I loved it, yeah. But yeah, I've got a few questions. So my thoughts, do let me know your thoughts. Obviously, you have seen this show, so don't share something that'll be a spoiler. But do let me know your thoughts up to this point. And if you can answer my questions without spoiling anything, do answer them. If not, then just leave them. We'll find out the answer soon, I guess. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you're liking this new angle. Same shitty content, though. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do drop a like, subscribe if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, you should know I do much more than just Avatar. I'm doing the, you know, all that stuff that's up there. I'm covering them all. Avengers, Superman, DC, you know, Marvel, all of it. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Breaking Bad, you know, a lot of different stuff in there. If there's something that you want me to do, just let me know in the comments down below. And if I haven't seen it, chances are I haven't seen it. I'm not originally from the Western Hemisphere of the globe, so anything in Hollywood, not anything, because like Hakuna Matata, right? I saw that when I was a very little kid. So there are some things that I've seen, but majority of stuff I haven't seen. So just let me know, and if I haven't seen it, I'll give it a go. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice